Hello everyone and welcome back to Mircea's Mission. In today's video, I would like to give you a bit more background about myself, as well as talk a bit about my decision of leaving Thailand after living here for the last 6 years. Before we get into that, hopefully this time around we would be able to use this footage. This would be my third attempt of shooting this video. On the first attempt, I forgot my headset and it was extremely windy. All the footage was unusable because of the audio. On the second time, I got my headset on. However, the wind was so strong as well that it picked up way too much and we could not use that footage as well. Now today, I am at an amazing location. As you can see, we are perched somewhere high up on a cliff, and you have panoramic views of all the islands around. Okay, so hopefully we will be able to use this footage. The sun is up, there is not so much wind, so yeah, let's get right on it. Now at the end of this video, I will put on a few bloopers and a few short snippets of the videos that I took before, just for your pure enjoyment to see exactly how bad it was and why I couldn't use it. For the last 20 years or so, I have been living abroad. I have been living in places like Middle East and Southeast Asia. Now, the countries where I lived, they would be Qatar, Kuwait, Oman, United Arab Emirates, and for the last probably 11 years or so, perhaps the first 5 in Malaysia, and then the last 6 years or so I have been in Thailand, with one stint of about 6 months that I was in China. So the way I reached in Thailand was through my job. I have been working in the hospitality industry for all these 20 or so years. Now, about a year ago, my contract with the company that I was working for has ended, and we mutually agreed not to extend the contract. Now, at the time, I thought to just take a sabbatical and to learn a bit of Thai language. I thought that in the long run, this would help me out in securing a much better job. So as such, I have applied for a 1-year education visa, which was approved. And with that, I basically started learning Thai language. That gave me the opportunity of living over here without having a proper job. Now, what I was thinking at the time was, you know, give it maybe 6 months to 9 months, and then I will be starting looking for a new job. This would give me enough time to recharge my batteries and to also learn a bit of Thai language. Now, unfortunately, life throws you a curveball from time to time, and that was made really obvious to me when coronavirus pandemic spread out. Now in Thailand, most of the tourists, they are Chinese, or at least they were. And when this pandemic started in November, December last year, it hit the tourist industry really hard over here. Here I'm not talking only about lodging, hotels, hostels, resorts, and so on. I'm talking about things like airlines, transportation companies, travel agencies, restaurants, just to name a few, right? So it was really bad for the entire industry. One estimate is that probably up to 17 million people have become unemployed in Thailand alone. 70 million people that were working in the hospitality industry. Now, I'm not too sure how accurate these estimates are, but you know, this is what they are saying. So when I wanted to start to look for a job, basically that was the time when the pandemic struck, and because of it, it became really hard to find a job. Now, more and more countries became closed down, Even businesses over here were ordered to be closed down. So it was becoming more and more difficult to find a job, up until the point where I started to think whether me staying over here, continuing to stay over here, if that would be a good idea or not. Now, I'm not really going to talk about the laws of this country. One thing that I will tell you though, as a foreigner, you are only allowed to work in specific industries. In those industries, you are only allowed to have specific jobs, right? So like a specific job level. You are allowed to have a minimum salary. So if the companies cannot afford that minimum salary, then they will not hire you. The companies need to have a specific number of local people that are employed. It is not very easy for a company to just go ahead and hire a foreigner. So unfortunately, nothing really panned out for me. I couldn't find a job. The prospects of getting a job are lower and lower every single day. Now, most of these businesses that have been ordered to shut down, or they had to shut down because of operational costs and so on, they will reopen. They are not really sure when they will reopen, perhaps starting from now up until the next, let's say, 6 months. However, there is a surplus of manpower on the market. Which means to say that there will be a lot of people that would be vying for the same jobs. Now, another estimate is that it will take probably up until middle of 2022 for the tourist level to reach back to the levels that it had prior to the pandemic. Keeping in mind the fact that nothing has panned out for me yet, keeping in mind the fact that there is this surplus of manpower on the market, I have been talking to my friends and to my family, and we came up to the decision that the best thing for me would be to go back to Romania, secure a job over there that will give me financial stability, be there for probably at least 1 year, if not longer. And once the world bounces back from all this situation that everyone is in right now, then I shall be looking at getting a new job over here and perhaps returning to Thailand. Now, until then, please join me to see how many missions we will accomplish together in this game of life. Thank you and take care, everyone. Now, the way I reached in Thailand was through my job. There is a surplus. No. Also, another estimate of when the tourist levels will reach the same levels as just prior to the pandemic are perhaps. Nope, it doesn't work. Yee. So, after talking to my friends, to my family, we came. Hello everyone. I finally found a very nice spot in order to do a video. I'm perched somewhere up on a cliff. It's not much taller than where I am right now, and pretty much in the middle of the sea.